Now, the next thing I want to talk about here, we're going to move on, is the CPL Awards, 2020 CanPL Awards. Before we touch on the New York 9 potential rebrand, we're going to brief recap the 2020 awards. So the awards show was about almost 2 weeks ago now, and along with that, we have the goalkeeper of the year being Tristan Henry, which I think is fair. I think the guy is good, and he's a good goalkeeper. I mean, despite the flop, obviously, in the quarterfinals of CONCACAF League, I mean, the guy's underrated. He wasn't even, I don't even think, ranked top 5 goalkeepers coming into the CPL season before the Island Games. Now, I think, in my opinion, he's right up there as 1 or 2. Him and Carducci, if I can say his name right. Even Nate Ingham, those 3 guys, to me, are the 3 top keepers right now in the CPL for next season. So, Callum Irving, too. I mean, my apologies to him. He gave 4. There's 4 elite keepers right now in the CPL. And I think that's... I mean, Henry deserves the Keeper of the Year award for sure. You move on, you got the Golden Boot award going to Akeem Garcia with 6 goals this year. Of course, potential. I mean, the potential is there. Great young, forward there for Halifax FC or HFX Wanderers. Sorry, my apologies. A little rusty still, but then along with that, you move on. You got the U21 awards. You got Mo Farsi that wins that. Very deserving. Mo Farsi there. You move on from that. Coach of the Year now. This is Coach of the Year and the Player of the Year. For me, I want to say they had it right, but I can't. I mean, the Player of the Year, that was a toss-up. We'll touch on that in a sec. But the Coach of the Year, that one, I mean, congratulations to Stephen Hart for winning that award. Definitely, you could say he deserves it. I mean, going from last place to runners-up in this season, like 12 months later, is incredible. But at the end of the day, what does Bobby Smiriotis have to do to win Coach of the Year? I mean, the guy is the only coach in the CPL that has a championship period, not to mention 2 championships in the CPL, not to mention back-to-back championships. I mean, back-to-back champs. I mean, there's a good potential they win next year to make it a 3-peat. And I mean, the coach, Bobby Smiriotis, man, like, he doesn't get enough respect, I feel, in some cases in the last season, and even this season. I mean, to beat potentially the best club last year is Cavalry, yes, but he beat them fair and square in the CPL finals. He was the better team. Potential upset? No, I don't think so, because they were the better team at the end of the year last year. This year, in the entire season, best team in the CPL, Bobby Smiriotis' team. Best coach to me, Bobby Smiriotis' team. Not only because of the CPL, what the results were in the CPL, but now look at him in the CONCACAF League in 2020 with little to no experience. He had 4 games experience from last year, and look at the run they went on this year. I mean, it's incredible. So what does Bobby need to do to win a CPL Coach of the Year award? That's the question I put out to you guys, because if Forge FC doesn't win a championship next year, he's not going to win the Coach of the Year, I don't think. And it's going to look horrible when you look back 5-10 years, 25 years down the line. You look back at the CPL awards and you're like, why didn't Bobby win in these early days? That's my opinion. The Player of the Year award, though, I thought they did. I thought, that was a toss-up. It was a 50-50 between Bustos and Becker, let's be honest here. Bustos looked fantastic this season, but Becker, I think the reason why Becker won that Player of the Year award is just because he's just all-around good. I mean, he's good at both ends of the field. He was good without the ball. He was always consistently good for Forge FC this year in the CPL, and just the CPL campaign, which is what these awards are based off of. I'm not talking about CONCACAF League, which he's done really well in as well in the midfield for Forge FC. So at the end of the day, I tip my cap to all the players of the CPL for playing an incredible season. But at the end of the year, there can only be one Player of the Year, and of course it was Kyle Becker. I mean, deserving, but at the same time, you feel bad for Bustos, right? Because Bustos, what does he almost have to do to win Player of the Year? You know what I mean? So it's a tight race between those 2 Player of the Year this year, in my opinion. But I think if Bustos comes back next year and he plays and he can get to the next level, which I really do believe that there's another level left for Bustos, then I think right there he could potentially win it next season for sure.